Okay, we now welcome on our favorite recurring guest. It's been forever because you got big time and you got your own serious show.
Oh, yeah.
It's Mr. Portnoy.
Yeah.
We're going to do some Portnoy complaints to finish out the week. What's up?
All right. I only have one big complaint, and as you know, I have bad things that are going to hit me if I'm here more than 4 minutes coming out that door.
So Mrs. Portnoy is in the office
I'm on
as
a
well.
I'm on a very strict timer right now.
But you said
that's bullshit. I don't believe.
You said to us before
That's
the amount of
bullshit.
times I've waited for her, I can do 10 minutes with my best friends.
10 minutes. I could do 10 days.
Yeah, I know. You have your own show. Save
Yeah.
for the show.
No, listen. I have one complaint which really occurred today, which I know about before I even do it. We came here. We're going to take an Uber, not an Uber.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
You've
Give
sold
the
out.
people what they want.
You get one radio show, you start taking enunciation classes. You're losing your flavor.
Yeah,
Give
I
it,
know.
do
All
it
right,
again.
All right,
Enough
okay.
with this
I'm gonna take an
non-regional
Uber.
pronunciation. Wait. You take a what?
Uber.
Okay.
You know, you caught me once for doing that today, too. I'm half asleep. Anyway, make a long story short, both of us just got new phones. And I also did an update. So I've had no problems with the Uber before. We go to do it today, and we're running out of time to get to the train station. And the thing doesn't recognize me as being a human being.
Oh,
What does it think you are?
I don't know what the hell. You know what my complaint is about this, which is my father, if he was alive today, God rest his soul. I'm representing my dad here.
Mm-hmm. He loved Uber.
No, he didn't know what Uber was. But these things.
That was a joke.
All right, I let it go. These things like Uber. You know, would it be so terrible that there was a phone number to call if the thing wasn't working?
That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
There
because
is no phone number.
Yeah.
There is no one out there from Uber that has to respond to anything.
It'd be nice if there was a phone number, and then maybe instead of an Uber picking you up, it was like a yellow cab came and got you at a specific time and then took you to the train station.
As a courtesy to the customer, you mean?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we'll go backwards in time.
Here's an idea. How about Uber just subcontracts all that work out doing customer service to just anybody with a cell phone that wants to be a team member of Uber, so they can just route it to you. It's like Uber, but for Uber complaints.
Okay, Mrs. Portnoy is walking in right now. So the Uber is the biggest complaint. Now,
Hi, Mrs. Portnoy.
Come on in. We have a mic set up for
We
you.
were just talking about you a second ago.
I want to go back for a second, though. You just said that you got a new phone and you updated that phone
Mrs. Portnoy.
And she got a new phone,
in
too.
the same week. That seems
Same
like
time.
that had to have set you back months.
She also got a new phone number.
Passwords and everything. You got to put in new stuff.
Look, I don't let her speak.
No.
Hank,
Damn, you
cut
really
his
do
mic
want to go
off.
back in time.
No, I don't want to. I don't really want to hear her version of
Are
it.
you sure you're Dave's dad?
I don't need to hear what she's going to say. I know what she's going to say. You don't, but I do.
Okay,
Well,
well,
no-
I would like to hear it at least. Ms. Portnoy is here. She can acquit herself of this Uber fiasco. Also, just so you know, Mr. Portnoy said, I've waited for her for 45 years. She can wait so I can do a 10-minute podcast. That's what he said, not me.
Words to that effect. Not quite the way he said it.
I'm afraid once I start, I'm not going to stop.
No, that's okay. That would be good. That would be good.
Is there another way for me to get out of here?
No, it's not. We got you trapped back here.
This trip I planned,
Okay.
and I had a few things I wanted to do. One of them was to see a good friend of mine who was going to be waiting for us because Mr. Portnoy decided to do this.
I didn't decide to do it. I'm trying to help my friends out here.
Thank you. We
It's true, we need
appreciate
the
we need
ratings.
the
I know.
the Portnoy bump.
The Uber this morning was a complete disaster, and there's nobody else on this continent that can't get an Uber except my husband and me. So we're in rough shape.
Well, I explained to him that these were two new phones. We hadn't done it since we got the new phones. And I want to say one other thing.
Wait. What does your phone think you are?
new phone angle
when you,
is like,
when
I
you
know
tried to get an Uber, what did it say? When it just didn't even have you as like a location on the map?
It said F you. So many
Do you remember? So people who don't understand, like, I'm thinking about you getting a new phone and what that had to do to your day-to-day living. It was probably a disaster. I remember when we went to lunch a couple years ago and you showed me your phone. You said, Dan, why can't I stop getting all this spam email? Mr. Portnoy had just his junk mail open for like months. So he wasn't getting regular email. He was just getting his junk mail.
I'm going to
If you ask him this minute to look up a number, it will take him 25 minutes. He
What kind of
has his phone.
Look up Dan's number. Look up Big Cat's number. See how long it takes.
I'm not doing that.
It takes him forever.
Who's the most famous person on your cell phone?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You.
Ooh.
Look up my number then.
All right. So,
Wait, so I have a question for Mrs. Portnoy. Since your husband has gotten this radio show and he's become a national superstar, and he's able to broadcast his thoughts into every home and rental car in America,
dangerous.
has he developed a little bit of a diva syndrome?
That's
Has
what
he
my
been
son
walking
calls me.
Yeah.
walking around with his shoulders back a little bit?
Has he been like, hey, go get me my coffee? Anything like that?
No, not to me. He
Okay.
would never do that.
Okay.
But I think he
I
senses
don't have a death
that
wish.
now. How can I phrase this?
Hurry up, we gotta go.
That his humor is the only humor. If I don't get something, you just don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's his humor or no humor.
Got it. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So, any other complaints? Are we good?
No, we got to get out. I could go on a lot more about this.
Okay,
Uber
Give us just a
business, but
tick. Just throw one out there that let everyone, all the fans, ruminate on.
Look, this Uber business. We have a guy, and I've been very fortunate, who is an Uber driver, but he's become kind of my Uber driver.
I love that.
He's not diva, folks.
No. I mean, if I call him, I say, "Can you come by at a certain time?" And he's all the time.
You don't go through the app.
That's why they
I don't have to.
That's why they banned you as a person, is because you've gone rogue.
No,
You've
no,
made a
but
direct contact with the driver.
He uses the app when I get in the car.
And what kind of a car does he drive?
Oh, is it a limo?
It's a Jaguar.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay.
But so he's away, and that was unfortunate. I didn't find that out that he's not around until yesterday.
Okay.
I hadn't used the app in a long, long time, but I've used it before. I don't know what the problem is, but when we get back to Boston, I've got I got a bunch of passwords about this
Keep going.
thing.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And
Just
I'm
put
gonna.
it into the
all right.
phone.
I thought you didn't even want to
That's-
be on. For
You're
some
gonna-
reason, I
you
want
wrote
to
them
be
all
on.
down? All right, listen. So,
This is the
so I, so that,
folder.
We have
yeah.
to
So
leave.
let's end it with this. So it really is not your fault, not Mrs.
Nothing
Portnoy's
is my
fault.
fault.
It was Jeeves'
Wait a
fault
minute.
for not being on call.
Nothing is my fault.
Yeah, nothing is your
Correct.
fault. But Jeeves needs to make sure he's on call with his Jaguar at all times.
I heard you talking about that on the rundown. About
Talk to the mic.
about
Do
a
a radio
Jeeves,
show.
about a Jeeves situation. You were doing that on the rundown.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Oh,
if-
are we reusing material?
No,
No.
This is completely different. I said that if I ever got rich,
Yeah.
I would hire Jared Carabas to come over to my house
And be
every
your
day.
servant.
My Jeeves.
And no, just pitch me fastballs, and I would take him yard, and then hire Scott Van Pelt to do a top 10 every day.
I like that.
And
That's
just
not a bad
dunk
idea.
on Jared.
So how are you guys getting out of here if you don't have Uber?
Oh boy, great question.
I got
PFT.
I got a friend out there that's hooked us up. I'm not going to give any names. It's Zah.
Za. Okay, Za. All right. Well, thank you so much
Well,
for
thank
coming
you
by.
for-
Thank you for giving us a complaint. And how the mail? Okay, burnt.
No.
What do you mean?
Still singed?
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
This seems like
He received a check, and it just about was practically burned the other day.
Oh my
this
god.
seems
I
like
mean,
it would be the easiest problem in the world to
This
fix.
has been going
but
on
it's
for
like
the
4
length,
years.
the
wanna
length
bet?
of this show. We've
You
been
wanna
doing
take
this
a bet
show
on
for
how
4
easy that
years.
is?
No, I'm saying it's shocking to me that it's not done yet, especially with this platform that you have. Not this show, not this tiny show,
No.
but your national radio show. You would think that it would have garnered more attention.
To quote the manager at the post office, what do you want me to do about it?
There you go. You got to eat it.